can't help you on that one. If you had said Nintendo, I could understand.
It's fine. Just keep talking.
It'll all be fine if you just keep talking. Just never stop talking.
Yeah, so it was like midday when you got to the hidey hole to begin with, and then you went down a bunch of passages, a bunch of metal passages, had a fight, died, died, and then came back through the passages and up the ladder. So it would be about nighttime for you guys. I mean, it's always dark, so. But it would be around the end of the day for you.
Yeah, I think the plan was to meet up with Thelonious and then find a place to camp out.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay, yeah, so. Yeah, you can meet up with Thelonious at the top of the ladder, and he'll be like, "Oh, surprise! Why, that was so quick. How did you get done back so quick?"
It was a
Well, it went very, very poorly. You see, Allie here had her brains eaten, and, well, I figured it would probably be bad for us if that continued to happen. Especially to me. Because I make the plans, of course. You know.
Of course, Bradley.
Brains are important to plans, you know, Billie.
I know. I never said they weren't.
Brains are important for lots of things.
Yes, well. Shall we find a place to camp, then?
Just find somewhere to camp. Is it safe to camp outside? So we're still in the Underdark, right? We're just not in the...
Yeah, it's not safe,
Okay.
quote unquote.
All right.
Yeah, you're kind of in the middle of nowhere. Like, you can't see the ceiling or anything. It's very, very wide open. But the last, like, drow town that you saw was, like, a couple hours away. Sorry, a couple days away, I think. Yeah. A day or a day and a half away. And then the Thelonious. Oh, okay.
I take notes too.
I remember someone saying Nintendo, and I was like, I'll make sure to take note of that, and I will forget by the next time. And sure enough.
Sure enough.
That's right, because Brad said, if you keep doing that, I'll take Nintendo away. Yeah, okay. It's all coming back. So yeah, you're about a day and a half away from the nearest drow town, and you're kind of like in the middle of a triangle of 3 drow towns, so you're about a day and a half away from any of them. And Thelonious had said there's like the 2 that you didn't go to are ones that topsiders should not go to if they enjoy being topsiders.
Right, yeah, we didn't plan on going back to any of those drow towns. Just camp out for the night and then head back out of the Underdark, because fuck this place.
Yep.
Cool. So yeah,
Hey, Billie's enjoying herself. She's never been to the Underdark before, so...
Oh, well, glad you're having a good time. Nice. Really happy for you.
At least someone's having fun.
Billy's learning so much. Okay. Yeah, so Thelonious will kind of be like, well, yeah, no place here is really better or worse than anywhere else, and he'll
Fair
start
enough.
to use the shape with Earth to at least make kind of like a lean-to that you guys can at least stay under, kind of blend in a little bit better, but uh, um, but it's not more than like two diagonal slabs of Earth propped against each other, so you're not like completely sealed
Hidden.
off. Yeah.
Right.
But at the same time, you're not like cornered or anything.
Okay, cool.
All right.
So who wants to take first watch?
Allie, your first watch, because we can never trust you to take a different one.
She will just like blink a couple of times. I feel like she's really low energy after this whole ordeal and still very much out of it. So I don't think she actually protests at all or says much of anything this evening.
Blink Blanc.
Yeah.
Blink, blonk.
Blink Blanc.
Okay. Good stuff. Allie, roll me a perception check. While you whistle while you wait.
8.
Perfect.
Okay. Brad, roll me a intelligence save.
All right.
Oh,
Sorry, wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Hold on, I have to pull up my character sheet real quick. All right. Where the fuck? Sorry, I'm only finding D12s for some.
That's okay, just roll that.
That doesn't seem like a good idea.
You can try to roll a d4.
Oh. Fuck off. 15.
15. Okay.
that's not a good noise to hear from a DM.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. So Allie, you're trying to like stay focused enough to keep watch, and you're not having a real great time with it, and you keep like hearing someone talking in their sleep. You think like it seems like they're really loud for sleep talking, but no one else seems to be like minding that at all. And you're just having a real rough night. And
Yeah.
Marty Paws kind of like trots over to you, and is just like staring at you for a couple seconds, and then starts doing the popping cat meme. And you're like rubbing your eyes to see if like it's just playing tricks on you. Black cat in the dark, and then he just like stops and looks at you, and you just hear like fish, and then he just curls up on your lap.
She just she turns her attention straight ahead and like stares off into the underdark and slowly pets her cat. It's incredibly creepy if anyone were to walk up on us, because we probably don't have a fire going, right? If we want to keep hidden. So she's just sitting in the dark with the cat in her lap, slowly petting it and staring off blankly straight ahead of her.
Okay.
Also, she's kind of hungry for fish now. A little bit.
Fish.
Yeah. Go for a fish. 2 fish, even.
Okay.
Or perhaps a red one and a blue one.
Mayhaps.
Who would you like to wake up for second watch?
She's going to go over to Bradley and just like loom over him for some time.
Brad will wake up and just start. What are you doing, Allie?
It's your turn, Bradley. And she goes away.
Okay. Note to self: there's something wrong with Allie. Have Billie talk to her. And
Amazing.
if there wasn't a more Brad thing I could say in that moment. And I will go and take my place on watch.
Okay. Brad, roll me a perception check. And Allie, roll me a charisma save.
Sure thing, boss.
This is Billy's problem now.
Oh, dope. I got a 26.
Okay.
I got a 21.
Okay, so Billie, Allie, you have a little bit of trouble falling asleep. You still hear someone like mumbling in their sleep like all the time. But you're able to get to sleep eventually, at least. And Brad, you have dark vision, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you will notice that like it is really like quiet and still in the place where you are. Like other than the occasional like thrashy rollover from Allie behind you, there's like no noise in this cavern.
My dark vision is 120 feet, if that might help for noticing anything, because it's kind of a little bit longer than the standard.
Okay. Now label the bus Allie.
It's implied. I love Magni memes so much.
So yeah, like staring out, the landscape looks a lot more like jagged and rough terrain than you really remember it being earlier today. But maybe you just are like thrown off because of how like clean cut and smooth that metal bunker was. That everything
Nope,
is just
I am going
weird.
to wake up Thelonious as soon as I see something that looks even a little off.
Cool, fuck me, I guess.
You need your rest to deal with Billie.
That's Billy's problem now.
Thelonious will wake with a bit of a start. Oh, what's going on? What's the problem?
I need you to look at something. The
Okay.
cavern walls seem different, and I need to know if I'm either crazy or if we're fucked.
He'll kind of like look around and you know, nothing Nothing seems too out of sorts to me, yes. I mean, that one's been thrashing about a little bit, but other than that, I guess now that you mention it, I haven't noticed anything the entire time you were down there. Not that there's too many travelers, but not even like bats or cave hoppers or anything. That is a bit strange.
I'm going to drop a globe of darkness on us right now.
Okay.
And say, I don't recall seeing anything of the like since we passed the drow cities that you warned us about. I think that we may be being watched.
Oh, suppose it's a possibility. Have you seen any... You haven't seen any movement or anything?
No, but just seems off.
It is unusually quiet here. But I tend not to stay too close to... He kind of jerks his thumb back to where the ladder was. He says, I don't stay too long around here normally. It's a little... I always feel a little unsettled around here.
Maybe that's the problem, but I'm considering waking everyone up and pushing through the night.
Maybe, I did get a nap in earlier. I tell you what, I'll keep watch with you and, with Billie for the rest of the night, just so that we've got another set of eyes. It's a little more used to the thing, and if there's any trouble, we'll pack up immediately.
That works. Brad will go back and sit down and watch with Thelonious. I'll drop the globe of darkness, obviously, so we can see.
Okay.
Well, I can see through it, but he can't.
Cool, yeah. So the rest of your night passes, and you still feel kind of that like the hair standing up on the back of your neck as if someone's watching you. But you don't notice anything like anyone coming up. You don't see any movement anywhere. And Thelonious doesn't seem like he's noticing anything either. He's playing a little tune on like a wood flute softly. And are you waking up Billie for the last shift?
Yep.
Cool. Billie.
Perception time?
Welcome to perception time.
Okay, cool. Cool. That's a 4.
Well, it sure is dark under here. But
is it just she has, I believe Billie has dark vision as well. to 120 feet. So do I see anything through the dark? Well, obviously not with a 4 perception roll, but like what does our surroundings look like?
It's pretty flat terrain, for like as far as you can see. You remember on the way here it was pretty like stalactite and or stalagmite and kind of like crushed rock, almost like a gravel for a lot of the paths that you took. But kind of in the vicinity of this ladder, it seems very, very it almost just like flat rock.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Thelonious is also keeping watch with you, so you have a friend. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. And after a few hours, this needs to go a little bit further down. There we go. After a few hours or so, the temperature starts to raise fairly noticeably. And as it does so, Thelonious kind of stands up and cracks his neck and says, "Oh, well, that should mean it's time to start going then."
Yeah. What's going on?
It's a bit weird, since there's no sun like shining down, but for some reason the sort of daytime hours up top are warmer under here, as if the beams were shining down. Or maybe it's the night hours that are warmer here? And if so, then our whole schedule's flipped, and there's not much we can do about it now.
Neither of those things make sense, but I think it's pretty interesting.
Indubitably. Brad, when you hunker back down for sleep, you get a funny dream.
Oh?
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, like
Oh. So
I assume it's not from my friend because it wouldn't be a funny dream then. It would be a normal one, right?
yeah. It's a funny dream.
Uh-oh.
You're sitting at a wood table in a very small like 2-room home. And across the table from you is a very old-looking woman. She has really craggly black hair, and her skin is clear and kind of purplish. Like when people get frostbite before it turns black, when it's that kind of like bruised purple color. And she'll say, huh, so you're finally asleep.
Well, I was asleep before.
Yes, I attempted to get through to you then, but you were woken up shortly before I could get a hold of you.
And you are?
Fuck, why didn't I write her name down? Shit, okay. Oh, hold on.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
Oh, you're the broom. Perfect.
Hello, it's me, Nintendo.
Could you talk to Allie for me? She seems to be a bit down.
I can lift her up. Whoosh! Clear for takeoff. Uh, hold on. Okay, 1 second. Her name is Broodwin.
Bradley Chauncey Chuffton. Why are you in my head, please?
Type this. Well, it's it's not made up, not at all. Just because I can't pronounce it. It seems that we have something that the other might like to get their hands on.
What do I have that you want?
Well, it's not technically what you have, it's one of your party members. They have a single drop of knowledge that I believe I could use quite efficiently.
Which one?
The the small one with the cat.
Allie. What
That
could you
name sounds
possibly
made
want
up,
with
but
Allie?
sure. As I mentioned, she has some. I suppose it would be like a memory that I would like to get my hands on.
Here's the thing. If you know that Allie has that, you would also know that Allie doesn't do a damn thing that I ask her to, ever.
But she does sleep, and that's all I would need. I would just need you to bring her here.
What would you give me in return?
She'll stand up from the table and hobble over to the second room and kind of throw the door open, and you can see it's like a bedroom, but there's also like a large pot brewing over a fire, and the walls that you can see just from the outside seem to be lined with like potion making ingredients, and she'll kind of beckon you into the room.
I will follow.
Okay. So two of the walls have these potion making ingredients lining them. And one of the walls has like weird arcane trinkets around, and uh, mounted above her bed is a golden I think it's a warhammer. It's the one that can be the versatile one, not the full two-handed.
Gotcha.
And it is like an ivory handle with gold inlays, and the top of it is like sculpted into the shape of a fist. And she'll kind of pull it down from the wall to show it to you and say, I'm assuming you know what this is.
Do I?
Not 100%, but you can definitely tell that it's one of the Kusanagi parts.
Well, fuck. Here's the thing. This isn't a deal that I can make. I'm willing to do many things, you see. Put people in danger because they technically agreed to it. And I like technicalities. But unfortunately, the technicality here works against me.
Oh.
You see, technically, I don't have the right to say that you can put spells on Ellie. It's not in the contract. And I covered a lot of things. Trust me. You should see how much it costs to have a resurrection. We'll deal with that with her later, but it's very expensive.
Well, there's no imminent timeline for this deal. Perhaps you'll be able to talk her into it. You do seem quite good with words.
Where are you located? Where would we have to meet you?
My house is located right outside of the cave that you went into recently, overlooking the Nymphside Lake.
Interesting. Why didn't you contact us when we were nearer?
Because you didn't have the information that I needed.
So it came from the Mind Flayer.
She kind of waggles her finger at you and winks.
Now. Let's not pretend like we can't have a bit of parlay of information. Why is it so valuable to you?
Because information is the most powerful resource that you can ever have.
I don't disagree, but what I worry about is the consequences you getting this information could have for me.
Oh, I'm more than happy to leave your party alone out of. Oh, sorry, not out of. After our dealings are done. In fact, I try to avoid most people, especially adventurers. That's why you weren't able to see my home the first time you came through.
Why would you trust me?
Because you have something. Sorry, because I have something that you desire. In fact, and she'll gesture at some of the trinkets along her walls. I have many things that I'm sure your party members may be interested in.
Now you're talking more my language. Broodwin, I will talk to them, see if they wish to come and meet. If Ali agrees to undergo your sleep memory extraction thing, well, that will be between you and Ali. But I will require one more thing from you.
And what is that, Mr. Chuff?
We're looking for another part of Kusanagi's well set. And unfortunately, they're untraceable. But you, however, seem to have the ability to, well, find people that may not necessarily want to be found.
I'll see what I can do while you're making your way here. I believe I
Fred
may
will
be
nod.
able to help then.
We'll talk more when we arrive at your front door.
I look forward to it.
Fred will, I guess, wake up.
Yeah. You guys wake up and it's morning or night, something.
Close enough.
It's warm. It's warm times.
Mm.
I am immediately going to start packing things up. I'm going to make sure that Allie gets a top Nintendo, and I am going to burn some fly spells on all of us so that we can get the fuck out of here as quick, at least quick for an hour.
Okie
Oh,
dokie.
sick.
Swoosh.
Which actually,
Wow.
I might be able to just cast that at a higher level and get other people. 1 second. Oh, dope. Okay, so I'll actually only use one slot and just cast it at 5th level to get everybody.
Cool. Y'all are flying on your way. Thelonious still feels very awkward about flying, so he's kind of doing like a moonwalk, like a astronaut moonwalk, where he's flying but keeping low enough to the ground that he can like push off with his feet still. And yeah, you guys are able to make roll good time. And are you guys just booking it out of the Underdark as fast as possible?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Zip, shop, zip, shop, shoop. It's a couple days. Eventually you...
Can
Yeah.
we just pause at one of like the camp moments so that Brad can talk to everybody about what he wants to do?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Sorry, I just wanted to, you know what I mean? Like,
No, yeah, for
because
sure.
Brad is not planning on just springing it on them when we're outside of the cave. They're outside of their home, you know what I mean? Like,
Surprise.
okay, so anyway, Brad is, while we're sitting around or whatever, he'll say, so I was visited by someone recently, and, well, they took an interest in you, Allie.
Who?
You.
Oh.
Well,
That was
I
Thelonious.
believe some sort of a hag, I believe. And, well, her name is Broodwin.
Sounds made up.
She wishes... I agree, but not the point, Allie. She wishes to extract a memory that you gained when you were being eaten by the Mind Flayer.
Why?
That I'm not entirely sure, but I believe that it has something to do with the gain of power, but she is offering to give us good trade for this information.
Well, what am I losing?
I figured that we could ask her about that when you were in person with her.
And do you trust
But
someone
from
with a
the-
made-up name who visits you in your dream?
Here's the thing, Allie. I don't really trust anyone, but I do know that there are things going on in this region and in this world that they just aren't right now. And I would like to know more. And I'm hoping that perhaps if we do her this favor, we can get more information.
Is that the trade she offered you? Information for my memories?
Not quite, Allie.
Then what are you getting out of this?
An item. Thing I've been looking for. Part of all of the things that I've been looking for.
And what have you been looking for, Bradley?
Well, that's not quite ready to be talked about yet. That's for 2.0 of the contracts, I believe.
Did I sign a contract?
Something like that, Ellie. Something like that.
Okay. Well, then, when you feel like you're ready to tell me what you're looking for, we can go talk to this strange person who visited you in your dreams.
Fine, we're looking for some parts of some ghost thing that visited me in my head. Happy?
She's staring off in the distance this whole time. She's not even really making eye contact, but she does that hand motion like, a little bit more, please.
Well, I wish that I could tell you more, but it visits me when I collect a new part and tells me how I can gain another.
Well, what is it? The thing that visits you. Why do you get visited so much?
I'm not sure. Popular, I guess. Wouldn't you want to visit me in your dreams? I think you would, obviously, because we adventure together and I'm great and all of those things, but...
Well, I
So
haven't been sleeping
anywho,
too great,
beings,
but okay,
just
sure.
they contact me
Right.
all the time because I'm me, I guess.
Isn't that a bit weird? Aren't you wondering what they're, like,
Well,
up to? What they want you for?
Yep. Wait, are you talking to both of us or just Billie? Or just Allie?
I mean, I'm around the, proverbial campfire, just talking to the party.
Oh, okay. She's like, Bradley, spirits or entities don't really do much without, expecting something in return.
Probably, yes, but that's a problem for future Brad.
Right. Well, what is...
Have you ever thought
Good.
Have you thought that maybe this memory is the price? And I think that they only meant one memory, Allie, not all of them.
Well, no, this hag does not look like Kusanagi. And I'm
What is the
starting
hag?
the
What's a
hag that
Kusanagi?
Broodwin. Kusanagi is the spirit.
Okay, all right. This is starting to make a little bit more sense. Does that name Broodwin sound familiar to me? Have I ever heard that name before?
Roll a history check.
Okay. 26. That's a natural.
Nice.
It sure does. Broodwin is Broodwin Momgu is like one of those like real old story, like legend stories. Broodwin Momgu.
Oh, so she's like a classic hag. Like she's the real deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you also you know that like accounts about her differ, like some like you've it come it blah blah blah, blah. The name has come up
It's okay,
at
Eric.
several
Keep yourself.
different points. So you've heard that she's like a swamp hag who like I was gonna say steals children, but that's pretty much all hags.
Hey, don't generalize.
You've heard that she's like a swamp hag who like guides souls from like the Shadowfell back into the material world.
Okay.
You've heard that she's an Annis hag who seems to only show up to people who are in need. And then monkey paws them. You've heard
I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse type shit.
yeah, or like, oh, you really like you need a cure for vampirism? Sure, here's one. And then it's being turned into a hag or
Or
being
now
boiled
you're a
in soup.
werewolf or some other
Yeah,
bullshit.
Some shit. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some people have referred to her as not an actual hag, but as some sort of demon or devil or daemon like creature.
Okay.
Most stories are not great, but she's one of the ones that isn't like generally outwardly malicious.
Mm-hmm.
But the stories are also different that it could also be like a title. Like there's always a Mumgu.
All right. So, I don't know if you really care, Bradley. Knowing you, probably not. But I've heard of this woman before. She's the real deal, Bradley. I've heard a lot of stories about her, and not a lot of them are good. And I don't know. There are so many different accounts, and there are so many different stories, but it's just we're gonna have to be real careful.
Billy. We'll be fine. Okay.
Oh, it's not us I'm worried about. I'm worried about, you or Allie getting monkey's pawed into something because you know that this isn't going to end well. And because you know that the second something does happen, it's all like, this is really dangerous. This isn't.
Here's the thing, though, Billy. I discovered one thing while talking to this hag. I was able to raise the stakes. I was able to get more out of her. That's not how this usually works. Normally they come to you when you have no choice but to accept. She wants this. Bad. We can negotiate. We hold cards, Billy. That's rare.
We can try.
I know you think that I'm some petty two-bit grifter. But there's a reason that we have been able to get out of close calls, scrapes, why we've been able to eat and stay in good places where at least I have. Well, what you stay in is your business, but you're paid well. I'm good at this, Billy. If you're going to ever lead this group when I'm gone, you must trust your gut. And if it's telling you no, good. Thank you for your advice. Mine's telling me we need to go.
Okay, Bradley, I trust you.
Allie?
There's only one more thing I want to know.
Ask
And
it.
you're looking for some things for this entity called Kusanagi, right?
Yes.
What do you get out of it?
Well, the items always have some certain powers that aid us in our adventuring. I'm kind of assuming that there's going to be some sort of a joining that happens if we get all of them, but I also don't necessarily intend on putting them all together. Again, just because we're going to get them doesn't mean that we're going to have them all together. Hold the cards, Allie.
Okay, well, it sounds like you're in it pretty deep, so I don't really have a lot of memories worth holding on to anyways. So, and she just kind of looks down.
She only wants one, Allie, just the Mind Flayer one.
I don't know which one that is.
Nor do I. But again, we can ask her more when we get there if you are so inclined.
she, she she nods, I think. Yeah, she nods.
Good. Does anyone else have any more questions before we go on?
Meow, says Marty Paws.
Yes, Marty Paws. Correct. You're right, Marty Paws. Anyone else?
The owl on Billy's hat hoots and then looks away as if scandalized.
Brad will say, everyone knows that owls can't understand common and cats can. Brad will
Well,
go
the
and
thing
go to
is-
bed.
Bradley, he's not an owl. He's a spirit that takes the form of an owl. He's my familiar.
Well, maybe your familiar should make that clearer. And Brad will put his nose in the air and walk away.
Perfect.
The familiar changes into a snake.
Dude, I
then
wanted
back into an
so
owl.
badly to comfort Allie, and I was like, that is not what Brad would do, though, so...
It's okay. Billy will figure it out.
Yeah, Billy's gonna be okay. Billy's gonna make sure you're okay. Don't worry.
Brad's gonna remember in like a week to say something to Billy about that. 2 months go by of Allie saying almost nothing. Has anyone noticed that Allie is quiet lately?
Wow, Allie's been really tolerable lately. That's been weird. Anyone notice that?
Oh, fuck.
Have you noticed Allie has not been talking with her mouth lately?
Hmm.
It's just staring at you until you understand.
Blink.
That's
blonk.
weird.
So do you want to poof us to the hag then?
Sure. Once you guys get outside of the Underdark, Thelonious is going to bid you guys adieu.
Brad will thank him for everything.
Thanks, Felonious.
You can keep the statue.
I'll treasure it always. And he's gonna start making his way back to Valens. The opposite way that he is going, on the northern end of the lake, you can see there's now a small hut. Made out of some, looks like a dark brown baked clay. There's a fence around it that's like red and white striped, and snow piled on top of the roof looks like impossibly thick. Just like huge heaping mounds of it. And very sweet smells are coming from the puffing chimney.
So before we go in, Brad's going to look at both Billy and Allie and he'll say, what is it that you want? Anything. What do you want?
I just want you guys to stay safe from this hag.
Billy, that's not what I'm going to negotiate for. That's boring.
Well, that's fine then. I don't know, man. Something that'll make my armor class not 13.
See,
Yes,
immortality.
well,
Immortality. Damn it.
We can work on that one. Allie, what do you
Cool.
want?
I haven't really thought about it. I guess I'd like to know what happened to my parents.
We can work with
Oh,
that, Allie.
shit.
We can work with that!
I know.
Perfect! Alright. And Brad is like super stoked. Like he's really excited. He's got some stuff to
Okay.
bargain for. Like he's going into full lawyer mode.
And Allie's just miserable in the background, petting her cat slowly.
Ellie,
Billy
Everything's
cast.
coming up, Chuffton.
Marty Paws looks up at
oh.
you, Allie, and a thought crosses through your mind as well. Fish?
She thinks back in time.
Fish? I'm saying fish, if you can't hear.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Fish?
It's fish. All in due time. She thinks that maybe she'll buy a fishing pole at some point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bradley, I just thought of something else.
Yes, Billy, what?
I can work with the armor class. I'd like to know if my grandma's still mad at me. But, she probably is. But it's fine. Anyway, let's go.
Trauma Hut it is, Billy. Delicious.
Yes, Trauma Hut.
Well, no, I'm definitely going to take weapons and other baubles and bullshit because
That's fine.
it's what I love.
I mean, I can't wear armor anyway, so there's really no point in trying to increase the AC. Why did I choose to play a wizard?
It's been great. It's for the story.
Brett is gonna march right up to the door and knock on it.
Okay. It's a little sticky. Which is maybe a little disturbing, but yeah. It is what it is.
Great. Good start.
Billie casts mage armor on Allie just to make herself feel better.
Oh, I have armor. Don't worry about it. I don't think
I
it
know,
stacks.
but it just makes me feel better.
Okay.
It doesn't, but it just makes me feel better.
Allie's just like, I have armor, but okay. Thank you.
No, that's okay. Okay. Yeah, Brad knocks on the door. When his knuckles come unstuck from the gross glazed cookie of a door. The door opens. And this hideous woman is standing there, smiling with her blackened teeth.
I'm sure she has a big heart, Eric. God.
That doesn't make her any less ugly. But she opens the door and says, "Oh, so you decided to come after all? I thought you would. Come in. And she'll invite you all to sit around her kitchen table."
We would like to discuss a few things before we agree to anything.
Ooh.
Don't say that.
Go
Hi,
away,
R2.
R2. Hey, no. Not right now.
Fish? Fish?
Not fish.
Fish?
No, kitty, this is my fish. No, kitty.
Do you like fish sticks?
Well, yeah.
Fish? Okay.
She'll gesture for you guys to sit at the table where there is 4 cups. There's 4 cups of steamy hot brown. It is hot chocolate.
Are there marshmallows?
There are.
And whipped cream?
Very, very tiny marshmallows. There's like a bowl of whipped cream with like a spoon in like the middle of the table.
That bowl is about to be absent-mindedly emptied into Hallie's cup. Like, she doesn't smile when she's doing it. She just like reaches over like a robot and plops whipped cream on top of her hot chocolate.
Even whipped cream
Honestly,
isn't making her smile.
Here's the thing. The fact that you're getting a bunch of sugar is going to be more than enough for Brad to think, oh, everything's fine. She's getting her daily food groups. We're good.
Yeah, she just crashed. It's cool.
Billie's not touching anything this hag gives him.
Okay. Well, she will sit down and start drinking, and say, "What?"
Marty, pause. Be quiet. The adults are speaking.
What is it you wanted to further discuss?
Well, Allie has a few questions first. Allie?
Yeah. What do you need from me exactly?
There is a memory, or perhaps a fragment of a memory, or a fragment of every memory that is trapped in your brain.
Okay. But why, though?
I believe that when you were temporarily consumed for a split second, you were inadvertently joined with the hive mind of the Illithids. And so, for that split second, you had all of their thoughts and all of their memories. And generally, they wouldn't have concern for that because, well, typically their prey does not come back. So I believe that this screenshot of all of their memories is locked in your head. And I would like to have it.
What can you do with it?
All sorts of things. As I told you before, Mr. Chuffden, knowledge is power. Drink up, it's still hot.
Brad will take a quick sip.
It's tasty. It's a little sweet. Actually, Brad has a sweet tooth, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you'd probably really like it.
Perfect. Brad will probably keep drinking. Fuck it. And he'll say, all right, well, Allie would like to know what happened to her parents. And Billie would like to know if her grandmother is still upset with her.
She probably
And I would
is.
like the hammer that we talked about. But also, I want to know what Kusanagi is.
Very well. Do the two of you have any names you could give me?
Well, the thing is my grandma isn't my grandma. She's well, I have more of a title. The Baba Yaga.
Mm. Alrighty, that may take some doing. But I will.
Billie is staring into her cup and not touching it. She is not meeting this woman's eyes.
I should be able to find that out relatively easily. And you, girl? She turns towards Allie. Do you have any names that may help with this?
Allie plops some of her whipped cream into Billie's hot chocolate as she's just staring at it. And as she's doing that, she will say, I was born in an alley, so no, I don't know anything about my parents.
Well, that will prove more difficult then. But I'll see what I can do. As for you, Mr. Chuffton, that is much easier to accommodate. Kusanagi is currently a spirit, I suppose you would call him. At one point, many, many lifetimes ago, he was a great warrior, known for his martial prowess and for conquering kingdoms, for tearing down castle walls with his bare hands, leading assaults, and, well, many other great showings of his strength. It's said that he challenged a god for the right to eternal life. And when he won, he ascended to godhood. But the other gods were upset about that, and so they splintered his power off into these artifacts, the chosen weapons that he loved so dearly.
Why do you think he would have chosen a bard of all people to collect these things?
Perhaps, as a keeper of stories, he thought that you would be fitting to pass his along, or perhaps he realized how greatly you desire power in a similar fashion that he did. Perhaps he simply thought that you could be easily manipulated. That I cannot answer for you.
Fair enough. Well, I suppose how do you go about this extraction then?
Enough with the cooking, let's get looking. Um she'll take a small vial from up in one of her cupboards and pour it into a fresh mug of cocoa, which she'll dollop with some heavy cream and slide over to Allie and say, drink up and we can get this started.
Allie frowns a little bit more than she's been frowning, and she says, how do I know you're going to come through with everything if I give you what I have right now?
Well, worst case scenario, it would still be 2 versus 1. Assuming you are asleep. If nothing else, you could simply overpower me.
Well, I guess I don't
Though
really have...
if you do, then you'd certainly not get the information that you were looking for.
Right. Well, I guess I really don't have much to lose, so...
Question.
Answer.
You can extract memories no matter how deeply they're hidden, right?
It takes a good deal of work, but yes, why?
Perhaps you could get a face it would help with figuring out what happened to the parents.
That is what I'll be trying to do.
Fair enough.
What a twist, right?
What's even more
Jesus
shocking is
fucking Christ.
he's actually the elf half.
Whoa.
What?
The nannies have intensified significantly. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, if Bradley's on board with the plan and everyone else is on board with the plan, like I said, Allie doesn't really honestly have much to lose at this point, so...
Billie will hold her hand as she drinks it if she would like her to.
Yeah, she doesn't swat you away. It's
Yeah.
very kind. She might even smile a little bit.
Yeah.
Yay. BFFs.
E.
And then chug-a-lug-a-lug.
And then thunk, Allie's head hits the table.
How much damage is that?
Well, it's like 8 inches of fall damage. So, how much
None.
HP do you have?
66, so if it does all of that, I understand.
I mean,
Yeah. Head damage, it's called shot to the noggin.
your brain's already very vulnerable.
Yeah. I just got this brain 2 days ago.
You have a brand new soft spot.
Yeah, wonderful. Allie really needed that.
It actually does 132 and insta kills you.
Great, good. Just when we conveniently lost our cleric, too. Awesome. Love
Right.
that.
Bruh.
Fucking, I blame laundry. Fuck it.
Who doesn't?
Fail.
Oh, that's not what I wanted. What is...
Great, love this.
Yeah. So she is going to ask the two of you who are not unconscious to go into the other room so that you don't disturb her. And feel free to look at her trinkets and things. And then she is going to well, first, do you guys listen to her and go into the other room?
I'm gonna say, I think I'll stay here and make sure Ellie's okay.
Suit yourself. There's not going to be much to see, though.
Yeah,
She
same here.
reaches out with one of her spindly, knobbly fingers and pokes Sally in the forehead and out of existence. And so that's where we'll leave it off for today.
Nice.
Wow.
And people said Magnes couldn't be a serious game. Fuck those people.
Wow.
I don't know who said that.
Jesus.
I'm just saying.
Just a second, hang on.
I feel like
Wow.
everybody is tragic character, and all of their tragic flaws are Brad.
Wow, where would you get that idea?
Can confirm. Oh, hey, for my episode, can it be a musical? I can't sing, but I outsource it.
Oh, if Brad shows up somehow, I will 100% sing the entire time for you, because that's what you've always wanted from Brad, so I feel like it would be perfect in the Alley Head episode, so if for some reason, I got you, fam. Like, 100%, I'll sing the whole fucking time.
Perfect. That's thematically appropriate. You know what? Take a level up on me, man. This bus picture is great.
Dude.
Like, it's originally a caution sign. I just think this is the funniest damn caution sign I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's pretty great.
It's just like, oh shit, guess I won't kick my buddy in
wanna
front
hang
of
it
a
up in my
moving
house.
bus
It's
like I
great.
would usually.
So good.
There's a pedestrian crossing
Man.
sign by my apartment that, like, one of the bolts fell off on it, so it was like tipped over sideways. So it just looked like someone fell over backwards. And every time I saw it, I started laughing.
Oh man. Was this the most serious episode of Magni yet?
Ever in all time.
Probably.
Like, it feels weird.
I mean, it still wasn't really all that serious, because it's not like we're a typical party of, you know, adventurers or anything, because otherwise
That's
I
true.
think that...
No, just in comparison to some of our other sessions,
Oh,
it
for
feels
sure.
incredibly serious. Like we were all sobbing the entire
go for
time.
A spa day after this.
Yeah,
Don't
okay,
worry.
that sounds good. That
Please.
sounds good.
We'll have shenanigans at some point again.
Wow, I feel so much better
if,
now.
I feel if Ricky would have been here, though, it probably would have ended up being more shenanigans based than anything. Still.
I don't know.
That's true.
I think we might have gotten a little bit of dramatic backstory out of him.
Nope,
Just a little bit.
Not at all. Not happening.
Someday we'll put it to the test. We'll see. Everyone has a little bit of a dramatic backstory in them.
Fair.
Yeah.
I swear to God, though, if it ever happens with Physic, I'm probably just gonna have to put the game on hiatus because otherwise my heart can't take it.
Physic, I don't know, man. Physic already has a pretty tragic backstory. His entire clan got wiped out except for one person.
No, they said that there were. Chronic said there were others. They just had to go and get them because Chronic was one of the few that decided to stay back in the valley for some dumbass fucking reason. I know I gave you a reason, and it was stupid because, like, the whole point was that Chronic doesn't have any good reasons for why he does anything, just like Physic.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten dinner yet, so I think I'm gonna get going.
Okay.
Legit.
Wait, dinner.
I'm gonna
Y'all
leave
have a good
too.
night.
You too. Bye, everyone.
Night.
Bye.
Good night.
And bye, stream. Bye.